We're doing 2 nights on Big Haze. It's a Parker-based social. It's going to be good. I honestly can't see where I'm walking, and I feel like I'm going to walk in a lake, so... And I'm in, so yeah. Happy day, so I can't go on board that. Come on, the carpet! Unbelievable. No, absolutely not.
Really? Can't I see some of the birds?
Yes! Well, good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. As you can see, the passenger seat in my car is folded all the way down, which can only mean one thing. I've got the bivvy and the bed chair in the car because we're doing 2 nights on Big Haze. It's a Parker-based social. It's going to be good. Fish or no fish, it's going to be good. We're at Big Haze at Todber Manor. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to this. Last time I was here, I caught my PB. If anybody's fished up at Todber before, you know that you can't obviously have the freedom of picking the swim that you want to fish in. It's just a case of 1 in, 1 out. So I've been around the lake. I've spoke to a few guys. There are a couple of swims free right now that I could jump in. I'm booked on from 9, so I can easily go and jump in those swims right now. But I'm prepared to wait a little bit longer to get a swim that I prefer. Now, the original swim that I could jump on right now, it has produced fish in the past for other people. I've seen that swim do well, but I don't like the idea of it being so secluded. It's right in the corner, right down in the far corner by the pellet feeder. And I just think if the fish aren't there, you don't really have a lot of option to play with. Whereas if you come back a swim, you got a bit of an island chuck. You can chuck out to a bit of open water. I just think there's a bit more options with that swim. So I'm going to wait. I hope it pays off. And let's see if we can catch some fish. Like I said, we got a bit of a social going on here. And already, Lewis has got it ripped up. He's had a couple of fish. And as he does, well, he's done it again. He's back with another banger. Happy days, what I mate.
Cheers, bro.
It is finally time to get my rods out. I cannot wait. I've met so many people as well, like some of the Parker-based ambassadors that I hadn't met before. I've met some of them, so we got Josh, Lewis, Ian and his brothers down. Probably missing people, obviously the boss, Ben. Am I missing anyone? I feel like I'm missing people. T's coming down later. So yeah, sorry if I've missed you, but there's a few of us on here. And I've also seen, I'll tell you what, I've seen somebody who I recognise. Yeah, there's a couple of extra guests that I will like to show you in this video. I've been here for so long now, I just need to get a rod out. So here we go. This is the view from the bivvy. I've got an island chuck. Originally, there was a swim on that far right-hand side, which I could have jumped in when I turned up. There was nobody on it, but I decided not to because nothing's coming out that side of the lake. Everything's coming out of this side of the lake. So I wanted to be up as far as I could, and also, I'm closer to the Parker-based boys. Ian's opposite me, Ian Rome, and then his brothers to the left, and then you've got Josh over there. Ben and T are up the top end, and Lewis as well. Lewis has done a few fish. He's had a good session this morning. He's had a good morning. So I think the plan of action is island chuck. I'm looking at just chucking them out to the islands, to be honest, because there's a guy to the left of me who's already had a couple of fish, and he's been catching them off these reeds right here, which I could argue might be my water, sort of from that tree, but I don't know. I'm not going to get involved with that. But yeah, let's see if I can finally catch a fish. And I just want to say a big shout out to the guys that were in this swim before me and the swim to my right, because they were so good. They let me sit with them, and they let me set up all my gear and stuff before they'd even moved out, and they were super sound. I know you guys had a bit of a tough session. I didn't manage to say goodbye to you, so I hope you managed to nick one at the end. But if you didn't, there's always next time, and you know, everyone's blanked at some point, you know, so it can get a bit disheartening. But you know what? We're all fishermen, we're all trying to catch fish, and yeah, it's just fishing, isn't it? So it's just over 13 wraps to this sort of white birch here, or sort of like reeds, if you like, a small patch of reeds. And this is what I'm sending out over it. Basically is we've got a bit of rig tubing on there down to a tail rubber with the lead clip on. We got a 2.5 ounce lead with a anti-tangle sleeve or like just to sort of like kick it away. We got a stiff boom with a sinker on there just to pin it down, and then we're fishing a stiff hinge. We've got a little, I think that's a size 6 micro barbed with a 10mm fruit and nut pop-up. And as soon as this wind dies down, because it's making it impossible to cast, I'm going to chuck it out with a tiny little mesh bag with all sorts of fruity and nutty goodness. Both rods are out. The left hand one is on that mesh bag with the rig that I showed you, the stiff hinge with the small white pop-up, and the right hand one is on a solid bag with a wafter, a little yellow wafter. So they're both out. What I might be tempted to do is leave them for a few hours. I'm going to wait and see what the wind does, and I'm hoping it's not meant to, because the forecast says that the wind is meant to be like this the whole time. That could be an issue. So I'm hoping that eventually it does die down, and when it does, I can redo my rods properly, be more confident on them. But yeah, like I say, I got the rod tips in the water, trying to keep the line sunk because the wind's just ripping across. But yeah, there we go. As long as the baits are in, we've got a chance. It is now a few hours later since I first cast out the rods. I've not had any sniffs, but the wind has slightly died down, so I've managed to get that left-hand rod out exactly where I want it. It did take me a couple of casts, but I did finally get it exactly where I want it. The downside is I've been chucking the lead in a few times, more than I wanted to, but the positive side is I know it's exactly where I want it. It's right on the edge of that island. The right hand rod, I haven't touched that yet. It's still in that solid bag zone to my right, but I might see if I can chuck that a bit closer to the island in a minute. But we'll give that a few more hours, maybe 2 or 3 more hours, and then yeah, see what we could do with that one. Today is Friday. We rocked up really early. I'm super tired. But yeah, we are having 2 nights here, and we're fishing through till Sunday at 5 PM. So we've got a good stint on here. What I would say is most of the fish, I say most of the fish, all of the fish have been caught at the top end of the lake, which is opposite to where I am. In fact, the guy on the other side has had 15 fish, I think, in the last 24 hours, and he's fishing out to the middle of the lake. You've got Josh next to him, he's had a fish or 2. Again, like I say, Lewis has been ripping up this morning. He's got a middle swim as well. And then the guy next to him, he's had a few fish as well. So all the fish that are coming out at the top end of the lake. Yeah, that's where I want to be, but unfortunately there wasn't any space. There were 2 swims available, but Ben and T jumped in there, so fair play to them. No problem with that whatsoever. And then, yeah, it's literally just a case of hoping that the wind pushes them down, because at the moment they're sat off the back of the wind. But if they do get pushed down by the wind, they are gonna be coming through the sort of middle of the lake into these areas here. So hopefully it stays warm enough, and hopefully the fish do get pushed down the lake by the wind. I keep getting a single bite on that left-hand rod. Every 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I get a single beep, and that's it. It's interesting, it's very interesting. But anyway, I've got a new ridge monkey. I didn't bring any oil, so I hope it's non-stick, but I'm going to have an early dinner. I say early, it's about 5 o'clock, just gone 5. I've got a chicken tikka masala to christen the ridge monkey with some garlic coriander mini naans. I'm looking forward to this. Now I'm hoping it's not going to be an absolute mess, but we're going to give it a go. Well, I've been looking forward to this, mate. I've been telling people about my curry. Not my curry, Tesco's curry, but this curry that I'm going to eat tonight. Ooh. Let's get that closed. Let's get it cooked. Come on. Also, Ben has showed me this little trick. So, I know you'd be watching this, mate. Thank you very much. I'm going to get my garlic naan on there. Happy days. Right, now we've got the rice on. We give it a little stir. Ridge monkey's a little bit small for this. Right, I think we're done. But before I open this, just ask yourself, what would you rather have? This or Ben's cooking? Ooh, look at that, mate. Come on. Bish, bash, bosh. Well, we are starting to lose light now. Yeah. Dinner was nice. It was bite time for me, but I need it to be bite time for the fish. Now, there's two people in the swims to the left of me. They're together, and they jumped in today, and they've had probably 4 or 5 fish between them, and they're not fishing too far from where I am. So I'm not worried about the fish not being in my swim, because I think there could be a couple of fish around. What the difference is, I think, for me, is they're using a bait boat, so every time they're getting it on the money, they're putting it exactly where they want, whereas I'm obviously in a situation where I don't have a bait boat, so I'm just casting. And I think that's making a huge difference right now. I think the fish are tight up against that bank, and I'm going to redo my rods before it gets too dark and leave them overnight. Good morning. A very uneventful night for me last night. The curry was nice, but I was so tired. I just crashed, but my sleep was interrupted a lot by single beeps. I know it was windy, it was blowing an absolute hoolie last night, but I was getting single beeps. I don't know if the bobbins were just swinging around too much and it was causing single beeps, but I don't know, it's interesting. I think we're meant to have a lot more wind again today, so I'm going to redo my rods before it gets too windy. Right now it's flat calm, it's beautiful. But I must admit, I heard maybe a couple of alarms going last night up that end of the lake, but again, down this side of the lake, I didn't hear or see anything. So I think it's been really, really hard, really quiet down this end of the lake. But I'm going to go up and see Ben and T. I'll go see Lewis and Josh and see how they got on last night. I won't shove the cameras in their face, especially this time of the morning, but we'll go and see how they got on, and see if we can pick up any tips from them. I hope today we can make something happen. Well, looks like Lewis is in again. Unbelievable. We're just going to head up to his swim now, have a chat with him, and see what's going on. But look who I'm with. Callum and Tom. Hello. Hey, it's Chunkster. What I'll do, guys, is I'll leave Chunkster's YouTube channel down on the bottom of the screen. Go check him out. He's super, well, I would say funny, but I don't want to blow smoke up his bum.
Oh, don't worry, you already have the missus hates you for that, mate. Keep reminding her.
So yeah, I'll catch up with Tom a bit later on. But yeah, we're just in Lewis's swim now. I'm going to have a quick chat with him. Well, I'm with Lewis now. Lewis, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, not too bad, mate.
You've had a couple overnight, haven't you?
Yeah, I've just put 2 back now. Got 1 here and another 1 in the net.
What a banger, mate. Well done, mate. Good angling. And what number's this?
This is number 9. Number 10's down there in the net.
Oh. Come on, the carp. Unbelievable, mate. Look at it. What a banger. That's quality, mate. Happy days.
I reckon 27.9.
Dude, Lewis reckons 27.9. Not quite, we're both wrong.
26, what was it, Lou?
26.8, mate.
26.8. Look at that, mate.
The bloke's an animal, Aaron. He's
That's
an animal.
class. He's unbelievable, isn't he? Look at the orange and the colour. Look at the colour of the tail there. Unbelievable.
10 in February.
Still another night to go. It's looking promising for a few more.
Unbelievable.
What I'll do is I'll drop Lewis's Instagram at the bottom of the page here. If you want to go check him out, he's caught some absolute bangers. And yeah, go and check him out because he's a top angler and he's absolutely ripping it up here at Todber.
Proper fat old back on it, mate, innit?
Well done, Mash.
Bosh.
What a shot. That was a beautiful little release as well, wasn't it?
Parker Bates. Get in. All right, well, I'm with Ben now, the boss. How you going, Ben? All right, mate?
So yeah, woke up this morning, mate, and I wasn't 100% and repositioned the rod. So left down rod, I wasn't happy with. I thought I'd put that on a single and I put it over here. last night it got dark, got in here really late, didn't I, mate? I got in here about 5.
Yeah.
I won't say what time we got here, but we got here early. And,
Yeah.
feels all right, you know. So yeah, I've got in the peg, got in here late last night. So the middle rod, this rod, wasn't really where I wanted it to be, if I'm honest with you. So I got up this morning, took my time, really dropped it. About 10 minutes ago, I got picked up by a coup, 100% fact. You were here, weren't you?
Yes, yes.
And that rod's went.
Yeah.
So it obviously didn't damage the bottom bait or damage the hook, the link. It's obviously reset itself, so I've got presentation, and I'm in. So
yeah.
happy day. So I can't grumble with that.
Got a nice bit of bend in the rod there, and this one
The
feels
bend of
good.
the rod, and that there is a sign, mate. That's probably worth you coming up here today, isn't it? I think, and potentially getting a rod out yourself.
Yeah, Ben's offered me the opportunity because where I'm fishing, there's just no fish coming out down there. All the fish are up this end of the lake, and Ben's kindly offered me the opportunity, if later on, when he's had a couple of fish, to come down here and maybe chuck a bait out down here, which I'm very happy about. And that might happen, but depending on what happens for the rest of the day. I've got my rods in at the moment. I've just come around to have a chat with the boys. And what timing this is.
What timing? Hopefully it's a dirty 30.
Great, yeah, exactly. Great timing for a dirty 30, mate.
You know, in sport this time of the year, I know we said about this yesterday, but sport this time of the year, it's just crazy. You know, you think Lewis has had 10 fish, Aaron.
Yeah.
The mate he's opposite him has had in excess of 15.
Yeah.
Josh has had 2. It's blooming February.
Yeah, I know. It's fishing well, mate.
So from a... Have we got a nusser? Have we got a nusser?
The white lady, mate, the white lady.
You imagine?
We were just talking
I'd jump
about
in.
it.
But I probably would jump in.
And here it is. Ben's first fish of the day. Lovely common, look at that. Proper clean. We'll get this out the net and I'll show you it in a sec. Straight back out. Straight on the money.
I think it's imperative, mate. It's one of them things that a lot of people go, oh yeah, I'll wait. I mean, the fish is still in the net down there, but I think do yourself a favour and at least try and get the rod back out ASAP.
That's it.
And then if you nick one, you're laughing, ain't you?
Yeah, and once you've sorted the fish, you know you're already there.
I'm
Do you know
already
what I
there.
mean?
You top up then, put more bait over the spot, whether I'd be fishing with a spom, catapult more baits out if necessary after I've dealt with the fish. You know, there's always stuff you can do. There's always things you can be proactive with.
Yes, yeah.
And me and you were talking about it yesterday, weren't we, about like watercraft and stuff. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people forget that. Don't turn up at the lake and don't turn up at the lake and jump in that first peg you see because you saw it on YouTube and it done really well.
Yeah.
Have a look round, spend a bit of
Yes,
time.
yeah.
What are the fish doing? Where are they? What are the pressures? What's the temperature? Where's the wind blowing? All these key factors that ultimately change everything in your angling.
And I was saying as well, I've already said on this video about how I've noticed how in depth you are with everything, you know, and it obviously pays off, doesn't it? Because obviously where I'm sort of new to angling or carp fishing as such, you know, it goes to show that the things that I'm learning from you guys have been doing this for years, and I'm learning things off you that I think are going to be imperative to my fishing going forward.
No, I totally agree, mate. And I think, I mean, like I said to you again, I mean, a lot of people on the bank, if you're new to carp angling, it's all you're a noddy. Well,
Yeah.
I disagree. I hate that word.
Yeah.
If you don't know, you've never been shown, then you don't know, do you? Simple
Yeah.
as that. But what I'm trying to put across is, if people would just give people a bit of time and sort of say, well, look, this is how to do it, or maybe try this, then you'd be all right, wouldn't you? But people don't want to give people that time this day and age, and it's just me all the time. But yeah.
And there you go, there's that bait going right back out there. The duck's having a look, mate.
I need to be careful now because it's starting to take my pole, so I need to come back out. Sometimes you go back. Hopefully that will kick now.
Just making sure you're getting it right.
Right, yeah.
Right up against those reeds. Which is interesting actually, because like I said earlier, the guys in the swim to the left of me, they've been catching them right in tight to that island on those reeds. So it's interesting to see where Ben's placing his bait, because it's going tight against those reeds as well. That seems to be where the fish are holding up. I guess it's their safe space and they feel a bit more comfortable being in there. Well, Ben's had a fish, and now his next door neighbour's got a fish as well. Look at this.
It's got an orange bit here, look, definitely late 20, innit? Beautiful fish.
Look at the belly on it as well.
Look at that for a fish. It's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beautiful little scales and you'll be able to tell if you caught that one for next time for sure. And lovely paddle on the back of it. And
there you go. Well done, mate. Happy days.
Cheers, mate.
No worries. And then Ben's got his one here.
Oh yeah, little common. Look at that. There he is.
We were arguing about whether we think it's going to go 20 or not. I think
lift it up.
It's close, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
I'm not going to weigh it, but yeah.
It's nice, mate. It's there or thereabouts, isn't it?
Yeah, happy days. Can't beat a nice common, can you?
Well, I think I need to come to a Parker Baits social a bit more often, because when I'm blanking, at least I've still got fish to put on the channel for you guys. But seriously, some of these anglers that work with the Parker Baits team are just top notch. They know exactly what they're doing. They've got years of experience. And like I just said there, I've got so much to learn. And it's good. It's good that I'm going on that journey. It's good that I'm learning all these little things that these guys are doing. I can pick up on and take it and use it in my own fishing. And what a great bunch of guys as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's nice. Like, I haven't had rods out in the water for a couple of hours now. And yes, I do want to get fishing, but at the same time, it's just nice to go around, have a chat with the guys, catch up and see what they're doing. Now, I'm going to head over to Josh's swim, because I was meant to go over there ages ago and getting some footage of a fish that he caught last night. But whether he's still got it in the sling or whether he's put it back, I'm not sure. So we're going to head round it now and have a chat with him anyway. Right, I'm with Josh, one of the ambassadors of Parker Baits. Hello, mate.
There you go.
Oh, you alright? You've had a couple of fish, haven't you? 3 fish?
I've had 3 now. Biggest going 25.8 2 days ago. And then I had 2 last night after I put out best part of probably a gallon of maggot, to be fair.
Yeah, a lot of maggot, yeah.
Hell of a lot of maggot. I was spotting for about 20 minutes where I only had the mini spawn.
Yeah.
But after, I'd say probably 2-3 hours after I put that out, I had the first one, about 13-pound common.
Yeah.
Stuck that back. And then early hours this morning, it rolled off again, same rod, but on the stiff hinge rig with the new 15mm fish pop-ups.
Yeah.
And then I sorted that out this morning when the light broke, so 154 dawn. So I got that out, and that one went 24.
There you go. Happy
Can't
days.
really grumble with that.
And were they off the same spot? All off the same spot, were they?
No, I ended up basically, the spot that I filled in, I fished one rod dead centre of it.
Right.
And then I dropped the other rod half a wrap back off the spot.
Right,
So I
okay.
was fishing the front of the spot, and that was the one that done me both fish.
There you go. Oh, there we go. Will we get a live take? But it was windy last night, wasn't it? Did you hear it all coming in, swirling round?
And the old rain as well coming early hours this morning.
Yeah, yeah. But so Lewis has been having it off over there. He's got the middle, and this guy to the left of you,
The
he's
guy to my left of me, he's had about 20 fish by now.
hell of a session, mate, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hell of a
There's
session.
a lot of fish holding up in that centre part.
Yeah.
I was just fortunate enough to pick a couple off the side of the pack, I think.
I say if a swim becomes available up here, mate, give me a shout.
Yeah, I will too, mate.
But there we go. Happy days, well done, mate. Right, so here's Josh's rigs. He's fishing a distance lead on that one, but he's got coated braid there down to something a bit more subtle there. Just to, I guess is that a trim down pop up or wafter or?
That is trimmed down pineapple wafter.
Right.
Pop up, sorry.
That is a pop up. So that will sit. Obviously, you've trimmed the coating there on the braid, so that's going to help it sit up, isn't it?
That
And
will lay like a slip deep. That will lay exactly like a wafter.
Yeah.
So she will sit.
Topped with those maggots. Look at
Literally
that.
sat above.
Yeah, nice, mate. And then on the other one here, you've got the pop up on the stiff hinge by the looks of it.
Pop up on the stiff hinge, it's
Yeah.
just sit out about an inch off the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I'm using, mate. So
It's quite soft out there where I'm fishing, so
yeah,
I didn't want it to really sink in.
happy days. Look at that, mate. If you're a fish, how are you resisting that? Look at that, mate. Right, well, I've spent a couple of hours now walking around talking to the other lads. It's time to get back out, get my rods back out. What I think I'm going to do is like yesterday, I didn't put any I didn't spot any bait out. I wanted to use a small amount of bait, solid bags, and just a bit of mesh on the stiff hinge. But these boys are starting to spom out now. So I'm going to chuck a few spoms out. I know I won't overdo it because I didn't spot out any bait yesterday. So I'm going to spot out some bait. And I'm going to fish a stiff hinge over a spotted bait. Probably 4 or 5 spots, not too much at all. And just see if I can get any reaction from that. And on the other one, I will keep the stiff hinge. Sorry, on the other one I will keep the solid bag. Right, well, I've just spoken to one of the bailiffs and he urged me to chuck one out about 10 wraps towards that right-hand bush that I was talking about. He said there's a silt bed along there, and he said it might be worth, if you're not picking them up from the island, chucking one out, 10 wraps on that silt bed. He said you might pick one off. So what I'm going to do is send my solid bag out, 10 wraps on that right-hand rod, and what I'm going to do with the left-hand rod is Josh gave me OG fish pop-up to use. Now, I've been using the fruit and nut, but Josh has had a fish on the OG fish. Also, Lewis has been catching them on the OG fish, so I'm going to swap over now onto the fish and see if we can have one on the fish.
When I cast out, I know that the meter up to my rig is pinned to the ground, and then the line as well, where the back legs separate, is then pinned down however far.
Little update on the Crocs, by the way. If you guys saw, I got these just after Christmas, or was it just before? No, I think it was just after Christmas, and they're brilliant. Very expensive, but they're just exactly what I need. Both rods are out. I'm very, very happy with both of those rods now. They're positioned exactly where I want them. We've got that left-hand one on the stiff hinge right up against that island, just to the left of this little white, in this little cove here. And then 10 wraps on the right-hand rod out towards, see the house and the tree there? Out towards that spot there. And then look, oh, we've got these toasted rolls on the go. Oh, mate, they're all toasted on the inside now. Lovely. And then, what are we going to put in them, you ask? Well, I've got some cheese here. And then look at this, mate. Give it a flip. Look at this. Oh, the bacons shouldn't be on top of the pork patties. We got some sausage patties, the bacon fat. Look at that. Oh, we're going to have some cheese and bacon and sausage patties in a roll. Get in. Oh, look at this, mate. And there was people thinking that the Mona Lisa was a piece of art. She ain't got nothing on this. I mean, it would help if I could actually film whilst I was doing it, but look at that. I mean, you can't see the sausage, but it's there. All right, we got sausage, cheese, bacon, and a bit of Tommy K in a muffin. Look at that muffin roll. Oh. Well, I mean, I've got to be excited about something, haven't I? Because I definitely ain't getting excited about the fishing. Yes. How's the diet going? Well, I've just seen Ed in a swim to my right, and we're both struggling down this end. But it's funny because I was showing him how bad I was at using a throwing stick. I don't have my own one, but he let me have a go on his, and he was teaching me. And like I say, we've not had much luck, and neither of us have had a bite the whole time since we've been here. We've had the odd bleep or whatever. And as he put his throwing stick out, the first boilie he chucked out over his spot, it hit the water, and then within 2 seconds it just went beep, beep, beep. And we just looked at each other and was like, no. I was like, do it again. And so we've done it again, but obviously nothing. But it was just so weird and so random. I mean, he's using backleads, so there's no way that boilie's... And if it did hit his line, it wouldn't have pulled it, surely. It was just so strange. But anyway, I'm getting the kettle on. I'm going to have another mocha. And then I'm going to go and give Ben... I've got him some treats right now. I know he likes these. Look, I've got him some Garibaldis. He loves them, doesn't he? So I thought, I can't come fishing with Ben and not get him a pack of Garibaldis. So I've done that. Although it's just a Tesco's version, unfortunately. They didn't have any posh ones. I'm also going to give him some of my favourite chocolate biscuits, which are these ones here. I mean, I don't even know how to pronounce them. They've got a very... I don't think they're an English company, but the biscuits are incredible. Love them. So they're my favourite biscuits. And I'm also going to give him one of these. I don't know if he's tried it before, so I'm going to go and find out if he has. But if you haven't tried these, it's not sponsored. These are chocolate drinks, and they are bloody delightful. So I'm going to go and send them up his way once I've bored the kettle for me and Ed.
Yeah, no,
I can't bear in gifts.
How are you, mate?
I got you some Garibaldis, mate. I'm sorry. They're Tesco's ones.
Look at this.
They're Tesco's ones, mate. That's
These
all they
are-
had.
no, these
They're
are
not
good
posh ones.
No, these are good ones though, mate. I do like these. These are like the mid-range. These are like the Audis or the Garibaldi.
So that's your favourite. That's my favourite. I don't know what they're called. I don't think they're English, but they're bloody lovely.
Right, okay.
And I don't know if you tried that before.
I've had one of these before.
You have.
See, these when you get over the border, when you go over to when we fish overseas, I'm always the first thing I do is grab one of these.
Well, you got
But
me a
these,
bacon roll yesterday, mate.
No,
so.
no worries, mate. I'm intrigued to. How was the bacon roll?
No, it was a sausage roll. Sausage roll.
roll.
Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, my bacon roll. I won't say what it tasted like. it wasn't great, but yeah, no, I'm looking forward to trying.
They
these.
do
So
different
got, like,
flavours of
chocolate
them.
on top of them.
Yeah, they do. I think they do like an orange flavour or like a mint flavour, but that's just a dairy milk. That's my favourite. But yeah, there you go.
No, thank you very much, mate.
No worries,
Much
mate.
appreciated. Much appreciated.
Any more fish or?
To be honest with you, mate, yeah, I've just put one back. I've just
Right.
had, let me show you. I'll see if I can pull it up on here now.
No worries.
Um,
Was that on the same rod? Was it or?
so, right hand rod. So I don't know if I said to you yesterday, but I dropped one and it went right in the corner.
Yes.
So I've dropped it right in the corner, and I said, "Oh, I want to redo that. I want to redo it. It's been there all night. I had about 2 beeps in it in the middle of the night. And I thought, should I redo it? Should I not redo it?
Yeah.
Anyway, would have been within the hour. I was going to redo it, and a minute ago it just went off, and it was a low 23,
Oh, was it?
24 pound common.
Oh, happy days.
Lovely fish it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm well happy with that, mate. Fish number 2.
And here it is. Look at that. Lovely, mate. That's really clean as well.
Yeah, it was.
It's got
nice.
like a red mark on it, is it?
Beautiful, yeah. I'd like the. Oh no! So there was 2 scales missing on that one, and then further down on it there was these light 3 scales. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but in person, yeah, there they are.
Yes, I see them.
Sort of down here.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
They were very distinctive. If that is that the word to use?
Yes, yeah.
So yeah, 3. It was almost electric on there. You could see them straight away.
Yeah.
But when you pull out, you can't see them on the bit. The
No.
fish in person, it looked great. It really did.
Happy days. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Another one in the onion bag.
In the onion bag, baby.
Now, I know I've already mentioned it, but Chunkster, aka Tom, has had a couple of fish at Wadmill, so I'm going to go around to see him. And I'm going to get him on the channel. We're going to have a little catch up, have a drink, and just have a chat. Hopefully, he catches a fish. He probably won't, but hopefully he catches a fish whilst I'm with him. So at least I can put him catching a fish in the video, because there's not much happening in my end. Let's be honest.
I was like,
Mate, I made sure it's the right bivvy. I was like, how are we, all right?
all good, mate. Aaron, all good. Have we had any catches yet?
Mate,
Is
I've
it?
got nothing left.
Oh, really?
No, honestly, mate, I've had them there. How are you, mate? All right?
Right.
Yeah, not bad. Hey, nice coat as well. Look at that aqua coat. Look at that.
Literally
Someone's
just-
doing all right for
I was
himself.
just doing B-roll, and look who just jumped in. South Coast
Hey, I'm filming you, filming me.
Exactly, yeah. Who's doing the Dwayne Johnson Kevin Hart thing? My fans are better than his.
I'll be the Kevin Hart, yeah. I
To be
mean,
fair, I think everyone who watches us, I think they both watch us anyway, to be honest.
how are you, mate? All
All
right.
good. Have you seen? I've literally been figuring out Instagram.
Okay.
I've just been shouting out to work for the last 2 hours. It's like
I'm struggling.
dad, I use the phone.
I'm struggling.
I mean, I'm not the CEO, but
Followed you. You're one of my first follows. I was literally like, right, so what's this? What's that? What's the love heart mean? So I didn't do.
what does a
Instagram.
love heart? What do you think a love heart means? Come on, let's be honest.
It's a bit girly, isn't it? Instagram. I have to admit, it is a bit
Sorry,
girly.
mister, I'm so
I didn't have it
Sorry,
originally. I downloaded the app, and I saw the words Instagram, and the font and the way it's spelled put me
you
off.
Yeah, it threw you. Yeah.
I just went, do you know what? I'm not doing it. And then, Adrian came over. Was like, how's your Instagram going? I was like,
It was funny the other day when you said, you got the catch app.
I've got the catch up, yes.
How much does the logo look like a Tinder?
yes.
Yes, but I've got
My
Tinder
missus-
as well.
Mate,
Any single ladies watching this.
my missus, she was going. So I was going through. I think we're going to takeaway. And I was going through my apps, and she saw the catch app and was like, "What swear? I better not swear. What the f is that?" And I was like, "What?" She's like, "That. Have you got Tinder?" I was like, "No." She's like, "I just saw Tinder." I was like, "Right," and I knew what it was straight away. I was like,
Yeah.
"Go on then." And she had to go into it. She thought it was one of these like.
Did she not read
spies.
it saying catch?
But, yeah, but she was like, oh, I don't believe
Dating
it. She was
app.
like, I'm not sure I believe this. And she's
Yeah.
like, it could be like one of those like hidden
Yeah.
dating apps.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah.
like, look, go through it. And she was like, after about 10 minutes of like sussing everything, I was like, put Linear in. And she went, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Who's Linear? Who's Linear? That's code name, isn't it? For Rachel. Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
That's the state of the girl.
Yeah.
It's called Todber.
Who's this South Coast angler you've been talking to for months? Yeah. Here we go then, we got Mr. Chunkster giving us a bit of spotted action. Oh, look at the technique. Hit clip, there it is. Lovely. You happy with that, Tom?
Absolutely beautiful, mate. On the money.
Oh, no,
And every single one of them are like that, you know.
Yeah.
I never have up.
all right, I'll tell you what. Hey, well, I'm going to have to bleep that.
I never have an F up. Yeah, edit. I never have an F up.
All right, we're going to see you at the same spot again.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, no. Look at that oil on that, mate.
Yeah, a bit of flat spot there.
Yeah, I saw the oil in there.
10% off of South Coast Angler.
Plugging those bloody after baits on there.
Come on then, same again.
Okay, it's all right. Callum, are you actually behind me trying to look at
No, you go, mate.
No pressure, mate.
Oh,
I tell you what, that's
Come on, come on.
that's not bad at all.
dustbin lid all day, every day.
I suppose you ain't got a spare 5 minutes to jump over my swim, have you?
I'm gonna get a bait boat.
Wow. Don't knock it till you tried
Can
it.
I see your Tinder profile?
No, absolutely
Oh,
not.
really? Can't I see some of the birds?
Yes! Oi, I'm gonna have to bleep that out.
Right. You unruly gentleman.
Cool, bloody hell, that's bright. Well, talk about a social. I went round there to see Tom, Chunkster, for a 5-minute chat. I literally can't see where I'm walking right now. Ended up being over there for like 2 hours, just chatting to Tom and his mate Callum. I honestly can't see where I'm walking, and I feel like I'm going to walk in a lake, so bear with me. Let me get back in the bivvy and a swim, and I'll catch up with you there. Right, I'm back home. If you guys want to see a collaboration with me and Tom, Chunkster, please leave a like on the video. But yeah, I'd really like to do some fishing with him, and we seem to get on well, so happy days. He was talking about maybe a potential social with some other YouTubers, so that'd be pretty cool. But right now, I'm going to get some spots out. I'm going to get some bait out there on some spots. I'm going to fish over the top of those spots. Then I'm going to get some pizzas and a ridge monkey. Here we go then. Tonight's dinner is in the ridge monkey that hasn't been cleaned. There's still got the tikka masala on it from last night, and also the fat from the bacon and the sausage. But we got a pizza on the go. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but we live and we learn. There we go. She's all cooked up, and before you ask, is it black on the back? Bosh, a little bit, but not too bad. It all goes down the same way. So just as night is drawing in, the young lad, I think his name's Ash, he's 2 swims down from me, and he's just had a beautiful fish. Look at this, 25 pound on the nose. What a lovely comment. Good angling, mate. I know these guys, they've actually entered the tournament up here, and they've got through the first qualifying round, so they're into the final, which is in 2 weeks time. So if you are watching this, guys, all the best. Brilliant angling as well, Ash. Well done, mate. Super happy for you to get that 25 pounder. Beautiful looking fish, and what I would give to have my rod go off and catch something like that right now. But yeah, awesome stuff. Nobody this side of the lake has had anything the whole time I've been here. It's all been to the left of me and upwards, and the reality is we're staring a blank in the face. And I said to Ed, I said, would you be upset or annoyed if we ended this trip without any fish? And he said to me, no, because if you're happy with your rigs and happy with the way they're presented, happy with your casts and where you're fishing, there's not a lot more you can do. It's tough. It is tough going, and it is a little bit disheartening. But like I said, I've learnt a lot from just fishing with these Parker Baits lads who have been fishing for years, got years of experience, and I've just learnt a lot from them. But I think a massive part of fishing is just knowing where the fish are, which I do. They're all up that end. But the trouble is with a busy day ticket water like this, sometimes you're forced into swims where you don't want to fish. And unfortunately, we've come at the weekend when it's super busy, and that's what we have to do. We have to make the best of what we've got. But what I also said, Ben phoned me earlier, and I said to him, he said, how are you getting on? I said, I'm on a bit of a blank, mate, not doing so well, not seeing any signs of fish. But I also said to him that one fish could change my session completely, because even though I'm on a blank, my PB's £20 and 14 ounces, easily beatable by the fish in here. If I go to bed and in 2 hours time my rod goes off and I catch a 23, 24, 25 pounder, that will make my session, because that'll be a new PB. And yeah, it might only be one fish, but at the level that I'm at the moment, that one fish could completely change a session for me. So I'm trying to stay positive. Ben said I can jump up in his swim tomorrow, I think, but bearing in mind, he's only had 2 fish. I know he started fishing late, a lot later than me, just because he was sorting everything out. But again, like, it comes down to just if you're fishing on the right spot and if the fish decide to pick up your bait or not. Oh, I got a single beep on that left-hander. That's the second single beep in the last 20 minutes. Come on. I just want to say a quick shout out to Reed's Comforts as well, because this is the first time I've worn this jacket out overnight, and it's kept me very dry, very warm. So cheers to Reed's Comforts, guys. If you do want to check out any of their stuff, Reed's Comforts. I also wore their snood last night. Again, kept me very, very warm. It's super fluffy on the inside, so go and check them out. They do all sorts of stuff as well. They do flasks for your coffees and things like that. So yeah, big shout out to Reed's Comforts. Thank you very much, guys, for keeping me warm and dry whilst I'm fishing on the bank. Good morning. It was a little bit chillier last night, hence the snood. Ooh. Kettle's on the boil. Absolutely nothing to report. It is now the next morning. It's the last day today. It's Sunday morning, so I'm on till 5 p.m. I just need to be honest with you guys. It has been a real struggle. This trip has been very, very tough. I'm going to be honest, I didn't expect 2 blank. It might be a bit modest of me to say, but I genuinely thought I was going to have a fish or 2 on this session. There's still time. There's still a good chance that I could. But I'm just sat here thinking about it, and I don't regret anything that I've done. I wouldn't do anything differently. I got my right hand rod, as you guys know, on a solid bag. I've tried up against the island. I've tried in the middle. I've tried against the reeds. I've given it all an opportunity. I've given it all a chance. I could not have physically done anything else with that rod. My left hand rod, I've chucked out as a single. I've only fished that one against the island, but I have fished it as a single. I've fished it with mesh bags. I've even spotted over the top. There's nothing I would do differently, nothing I would change. I just genuinely think I've just had a bit of rotten luck. And the fact that everybody to my right has not caught anything still, the whole time I've been here, makes me think that we're just in the wrong spot. And that happens sometimes, you know, it's fishing. Need to face the reality of the fact that I'm staring a blank in the face, which is a little bit, I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit gutted, because we're on the Parker Bait Social, and I thought that it's a great opportunity for me to show people what I can do. Yes, I've only been fishing for a year, but carp fishing for a year, but it's a good opportunity for me to be able to just go, bang, look, I'm on the scene, here's a carp. It hasn't happened, and my channel's based on being real and being honest. And if I have a bad session, I'm going to say to you, I'm having a bad session. That's what's happening. I'm having a bad session. But like you guys know, kettle's boiled. Like you guys know, fishing is fishing. We carry on, we plug away. But right now, I'm going to drink my mocha, Millionaire's mocha. Sorry, I've just woke up. I'm still a bit like... yeah, and have a couple of biscuits. Just when I feel like I've tried everything, what I've done is I've got my spod mix, and I've put about 6 big scoops right in the margin, down there. So there's a lot of bait gone in there now. My left hand rod that was out to the island It's been flicked over the top. It's on a small white pop-up on the stiff hinge. I mean, we're going to give that a couple of hours because what else have I got? Honestly. It's looking like a beautiful morning. Not just because I got some sausage muffins on the go, but the sun is coming out. Ben's just contacted me and said I can jump in his swim as soon as. So what I'm going to do, I've just redone those rods. I'm going to give them an hour, hour and a half. Eat these, slowly start getting my gear together, and I'm going to head up into Ben's swim just for the final few hours for the rest of the day to try and see if I can nick one before I got to go home. Bish, bash, bosh. Nice bloody nosh. Wow, I've just moved up into Ben's swim and look, he's got another one. He's got two of them. There's two nosses in the onion bag. And that top one looks like a beast. So Ben's done it again, guys. Of course he has. Look at him, he's got a couple of nosses. This one's not as big as a nosser as the other one.
No, this one's a smaller one, isn't it, mate? But he's been a lively thing at the moment, bless him.
Just tell me what happened, Ben.
So, this morning it's been a bit carnage, to be honest with you. And I took the rods out and redone them this morning, and then this one went. And then immediately after that, that was up against the reeds. I thought, you know what, I need to get a rod straight back out there. So I did, and with that, within seconds of me doing that, the rod went. And I mean, literally, I didn't even have time to put the rod on the thing over there. It was away. I sort of hold the rod, I could see my line twitching, so and I've hooked into it. He's like, "What are you doing, mate?" I'm into my fish. They were crying, so they didn't know what was going on. But obviously, I was fully aware what was going on.
It all happened
obviously
so quick.
Picked it up on the drop, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get this one back, and I'll show you the bigger one because he's a lively bone.
Let me just have a quick
But yeah,
quickly put this one in.
nice scales at the back there. Slightly darker, lovely tail there. Look at that, beautiful little bits coming up the back here, little starburst. Look at the veinage on it, like on the skin. It's beautiful, isn't it? All these little,
Yeah.
it almost looks like veins, doesn't it? But
Yeah.
they're beautiful.
These little scales here, mate. That's
Pin scale there, look on
Yeah.
it, beautiful. Just I really do appreciate every fish, mate. This is what it's all about for me.
happy days.
Big or small, we like them all, baby, here at Parker Baits.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah,
How big did it go, mate?
33.8.
33.8.
Blown away, mate, to be honest with you. And first 30 from this trip here at Todber. And
That's quality. I'm just going to go around and get the front end of it because it's so wide, isn't it?
she's fat, mate. I'm struggling, to be honest with you.
Yeah, nice fish, mate. Well done.
Thank you, mate. Fruited nut, doing it again.
Right, so you joined me in a new swim, and the swim to my right is where I have my PB. T's in that swim at the moment. Ed's moved up into the swim behind me, and now I've jumped in the same swim as Ben. He's got 2 rods out. I've got 2 rods out. Obviously, he's just going to caught that absolute nosser. 32.7, wasn't it? 32.8, something like that. Incredible. I mean, I'm just looking to break my PB, so a 22 would do me. And to be honest with you, at the rate that this trip's going for me, I'd just be happy with anything. So fingers crossed, we got both rods out, both up against those reeds, and I'll show you the spots out there, right up against those reeds. Well, people have started packing up and going home now. One by one, they're leaving. Had great sessions, and me and Ed are still here trying to save a blank. But yeah, no, you know, it's just unbelievable what when you come into fishing. Like for me, I'm obviously still new. I know I keep going on about it, but it kind of, I want to express that, you know, I've got so much to learn, and I'm not at the level that some of those guys are at. You know, they've been fishing for years, and it's just interesting to watch them. They just turn up, they do their thing, they make it look easy, but I know how much time and effort they put into doing what they do, and to get to that level is somewhere where I want to be. But it might take me 4 or 5 years, do you know what I mean? But it's just a learning curve, and I'm only going to pick up those things by watching those guys, talking to those guys, being with those guys, and just learning from them. And hats off to Ben. He's really shown me a few things this session that I'm going to take with me, and hopefully can improve my angling. I'm sure it will. But I just want to say, if you have come over to watch my video from Ben's channel, if you haven't seen me before, I'm Aaron. Like I said, you know, my videos are very much based on, yes, I make fishing videos, and yes, I want to come out and catch big fish and stuff like that. Of course I do. But my videos are more about me going through a journey, learning how to fish and learning how to do these things and catching bigger fish as I go. My PB is £20 a 14 ounce, which is from This is from that swim to my right, actually. But yeah, you can't expect in my videos to see me pulling out bangers all the time, because I don't, but I just try and do the best I can, take you along with me on my journey, and we're just learning as we go. So yeah, I hope you're enjoying this video so far. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I'm going to do a big giveaway for 1,000 subscribers. I might have hit it by now. I'm close. This video is not going up for another 2 or 3 weeks. I've got a couple of scheduled videos, but I upload every Sunday at 5 PM. So yeah, go and leave that like and hit the subscribe button. And when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a big giveaway. So watch out for that. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok and Facebook as well. And yeah, we've still got a few hours. Let's try and change things. Come on. Only takes one fish. Well, Ed's gone. It's just me and Big A's. There's a few other people dotted around. I think Ian might still be here. Oh, come on, come on, come on, please. Oh, come on. Just come on. Wow, I think I've had enough, guys, to be honest with you. I mean, I have got about an hour and a half to go to the end of my session, but I'm thinking of just reeling in now, to be honest with you. It just hasn't happened, has it? And yeah, I could leave the rods out for another hour and a half, but I don't know. I feel a bit deflated by it, to be honest. The wind's slowly trickling. The sun's out, it's beautiful, but the wind's slowly trickling in and it's making me cold. I just feel like you need to know when you're beaten, and I feel beaten. Everyone in the Todber's socials caught and I haven't, and I just feel a bit deflated by it. I'm happy for those guys, don't get me wrong, but I just don't know. I don't know. And there we are. I'm all packed up and ready to go home now. I've had a lovely camping trip with the Parker Baits ambassadors. Honestly, I don't know. It's a weird one, it really is. I just wasn't... I don't know. I really don't know. I've had such a bad winter of carp fishing. It's unbelievable. Do you know, I feel like... have you seen that episode of Monster Carp where... Is it Tom Dove on a blank? And Spooner's just going around telling everyone, oh, you heard Dovey's on a blank. That's what I feel like right now. Difference is he's a professional carp angler and he changed it round and managed to catch a few. I didn't have anything. So, yeah, quite... I don't want to say it's not in a weird way, but I'm quite surprised that I didn't catch anything. Coming into this trip, I thought I might nick a couple. I knew that I wouldn't be as good as those guys or catch the kind of fish that they do because, like I've said before, they're so experienced and what they do to a T. You know, they're so, like, making sure everything's perfect. And I will get to that stage. I just don't have that experience yet. And I knew that I would be... I would be trying to play catch up with those boys, you know. But again, like I said before, it's a learning curve, yeah. We learn from it. We learn things from speaking to new people, watching new people, fishing with new people. And I'm hoping I will get there. So in the next Parker Baits ambassador social, I'm hoping to be able to... Well, I mean, I was hoping to catch a few here, to be fair. But I'm hoping in the next one I can tear things up. But anyway... I'm going to have to go to a runs water, try and get some fish, because I need to make myself feel a bit more confident and a bit happier about what's happened today. But yeah, I'm going to go home. On the drive home, I'm going to be wondering what's going on. But yeah, I don't know. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Parker Baits Social, Todber Manor 2023.